It is every time she says that, it makes me giggle.
I know it's like, hey, hi guys. Welcome to episode 11, 11 subscribers.
Do we have still 11? Have you checked?
I have checked. I check
Okay.
religiously.
Okay. Still 11.
I asked people to follow us on TikTok. So if you're hearing this, follow us. If you're watching,
Yeah,
follow us.
why not? Like, follow, subscribe. Um,
And the YouTube subscribe is like the most innocent subscribe there ever was.
we'll never
Like
get notified.
you never get notified. It's like a friendly, here you go. It's like a little
Yeah.
thumbs up.
Free, it's fun, it's flirty. Just do it.
Flirt with us now.
Yeah, flirt with us. Yes. Okay, so as promised, we said that we would not give any updates or we would not talk about Miss Girl again unless there were juicy updates. There
Right.
are, in fact, juicy, what we quantify as juicy updates. So we recorded last Sunday night. Today is Sunday, August 17th. Um, so she went 5 days without posting anything.
Mm-hmm.
Video silence, right?
Yeah.
Um, so I believe that she received a cease and desist because
Mm-hmm.
Miss Girl, this time last week, nobody was going to stop her from sharing her truth. Like, no, nothing was going to stop her. Do you agree?
Yeah, no, yeah, she was live like every night. I mean, multiple times, and she was also starting to pick up like other psychiatrists. Or sorry, let's. We don't know what they were.
We
They
don't know.
said they said they were in the medical field, but she was starting to introduce some new characters. It was getting very weird very quickly, and then it was
Yes.
just silent.
She did, I believe, and this is just what I've seen. I didn't see this happen. I've just heard through the grapevine that she did go live with
Mhm.
perhaps a therapist who maybe had an expired license or something.
Yeah, that's what I heard
But
too.
okay, if you're a healthcare worker and you think that I know anything at all, well, don't ever go live online with someone who maybe is having discourse with mental health professionals or maybe a mental health issue. We don't really know. Don't go live with them. Don't give them, medical advice. Don't give anybody medical advice that you haven't evaluated, right? Like that's
Right.
don't do that. Don't do that. Like even anything that we say on here, like we say we love magnesium and we talk about Strattera and propranolol.
Mm-hmm.
But you've got to talk to your doctor, your provider.
Mm-hmm.
We're never saying we know that it's right for you because we don't. So
Right.
it was getting really weird for sure with that.
It's
I do
definitely getting
not feel
dark.
like she was on a trajectory of like shutting up.
Mm-mm.
But then she did for 5 days. So then she just posted and was kind of talking about how she had to take a break because of the bullying. Mucho importante. So she made a post about how she had to take a break from posting and from AI and from
Yeah.
talking to AI because she was spending too much time defending herself and not enough time telling her story. And there
Mm-hmm.
was so much nuance that people were dedicated to misunderstanding, which there's absolutely no nuance.
There's no, that really triggered me. Like that really irked me that she said like the nuance because the nuance is like, and I'll see you next month for our appointment. Like that's I had a psychiatrist appointment yesterday and she told me the date. Can you imagine if I was like, well, she's in love with me, guys. We booked another appointment. Like what? There's no nuance, babe. It's just like a regular
Like, oh,
sentence.
she's treating you and she wants to check on you again. Wow.
Hot. So
Romantic.
hot.
It's really romantic.
Oh my God. It really frustrates me, especially someone that like just really appreciates the medical field. Like it's infuriating. I mean, I can only imagine how you feel, but I'm just like, as a patient, I'm infuriated for the people, the innocent people.
How it made me feel is I definitely did a deep dive on my like liability insurance.
Valid.
I would do if this ever happened to me. God forbid. Like, please, Lord, don't ever let this happen to me. Now, I have had, um, I have had patients threaten me with violence and took a deep dive into my liability insurance. And it does indeed, if you have any situation like this, like you can get consulting, you can get advice, you can contact them. It doesn't have to be um, malpractice for you
Right.
to receive like legal guidance and legal advice that is covered, at least in my liability insurance policy. So I did kind of, that was great. That was actually really great to do a deep dive into that. There's been
Mhm.
other situations previously that I've like emailed them and asked them for clarification. For example, being licensed in multiple states. I was like, well, do I need a policy for like each state I'm licensed in? And
Right.
they said no, if you're, licensed there, the policy, if you have the correct credentials and the correct licensing, the policy covers you.
Oh, that's good.
Um, for mine, there's many
Right.
different companies. You should always check with like your company and your policy to see exactly what you need to be doing. But yeah, that was kind of my thing for it, and it comforted me because I really do feel like watching this unfold. If you work in not even mental health care. If you work in healthcare,
Hmm.
it's the anything like a patient just like coming on the internet and just like blasting you and doxing you. And um, I think that that's something that we don't want.
Yeah, no. And how like serious it is. I mean, I know like me and Hannah are like laughing and stuff, but this is
Mhm.
also like it definitely caused you like a lot of stress. I mean, even like with the episode, you wanted to make sure that your verbiage was clear and
Yeah,
concise. Like it isn't hee hee ha ha. Like this is very serious and
yeah,
like everything, I can say whatever I want, but everything that Hannah says, she has to be very, correct in
ethical.
how she's coming, very
Yeah,
ethical. Yeah, no
yeah.
nuance. No nuance on Hannah's end. There's no nuance.
We're not
Clear cut
nuancing.
boundaries.
Yeah, we're ethical.
We're ethical
No,
here.
totally. Because I see so many people doing weird things for views.
Right.
And I think that's a whole thing as well that needs to be revisited with
That's a whole thing.
healthcare. Okay, obviously, I don't think anything should change in as far as privacy because I think that obviously like patients' privacy is first and foremost, privacy and safety. I don't think anything should be changing with that. But
Hmm.
I do think that liability and how a provider can protect things a provider can do to protect themselves as a human being
Right.
needs to be looked at because the way that everything kind of functions and is now was built upon a system where you would never get doxxed. You
Like
would
pre-social
never
media.
get, yeah, like
Yeah.
somebody could maybe write a bad Google review, but nobody would be making a 25-part series with 78 million views about you.
Yeah.
That would not have happened in the past.
Hmm.
So I think we need to revisit safety for
Totally.
what
He
we
should have been able to like shut this down, or any provider should be able to shut this down far sooner. And also, it's very unethical for a social media platform to like fund, like, for if she even is in the creator awards, like if they've allowed her to be, it's really inappropriate for them to fund her, like possibly ruining a person's livelihood. Like that should not be funded at all, in my opinion.
I have to stand by kind of what I said last week and say I don't think this is going to be the end for him
No, no, I don't think so
because
either. But just like we were saying, like
yeah,
privacy overall,
yeah,
like it's not fair that someone is reaping a lot of benefits from just like saying whatever the fuck they want. Like that's
yeah.
fucked up.
Patients deserve the utmost privacy.
Hmm.
I absolutely believe that. And then I believe that providers as human beings, as people with lives outside of our jobs,
Yeah.
um, we definitely deserve for people to not have our addresses. We definitely
Hmm.
deserve, especially working in mental health, because sometimes you may see patients who are not actually in control of their actions, like they're actually not in control of what they're doing or what they're thinking, what they're seeing, what they're feeling,
Right.
and they shouldn't be able to figure out where you live.
Hmm.
to be quite honest.
No,
You
especially at
know,
this. Oh my gosh, no,
and,
I won't.
and and I think that some folks might see a little bit of issue maybe with what you said about like a provider being able to like shut down someone speaking that way because it is America and people do have freedom of speech. So,
But not everyone deserves it, in my opinion.
right, right.
You can just, they can all disagree with me.
I don't think that everybody necessarily like deserves it either, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that there needs to be some sort of like boundaries. Like, okay, if you have a qualm with a provider, if a provider was unethical or abusive or whatever the case may be, and then you take the case to the board,
Hmm.
you make your complaints with the board, state licensure, whatever it is that you do, and then they find that there was indeed fault done.
Hmm.
Because as we've seen, we've talked only once about it here on the pod, but we've talked about it in our conversations a lot. If a provider does something wrong, like they will nail us. Like they
Hmm.
will. Like
Yeah, we've done like the story times, and there's
the
a lot of
C,
story
the
times.
this, like if you are in the wrong, your state licensing board will indeed cut you off.
Right.
Okay.
Hmm.
So I think that in my opinion, a good way of doing this would be if you have a complaint, if you have a story, if something went amiss, and you make that complaint and a group of professionals finds
Hmm.
some wrongdoing indeed was done, I think then you get to go on TV and talk about it and podcasts and talk about it and TikTok and talk about it.
Of course.
Just like in the non-medical realm, if you go out and you say all of these things about somebody without I don't know what the word is. I don't know what the word is. Without base to it or whatever, they can say what's the term for that? The legal term where you defamation.
Yeah, exactly. No,
Okay.
I
So it's
agree.
basically defamation,
Hmm.
except nobody calls it that because we're medical providers.
Yeah.
That's not really fair.
No, and if it was the other way around, when it is the other way around, like the DA story times and stuff like that, never are you ever able to even figure out who the patient is. So it's completely unfair that on the other aspect of it, it was so quick for everybody to figure out who he was
Yeah.
because of her nuances, because of her verbiage, because of what she was saying out of her
Yeah.
mouth. That's inappropriate
Yeah.
completely.
And it's not just the addresses or the or things like that that need to be protected of providers. It's also
Hmm.
like nurses and CNAs and phlebotomists and x-ray techs that work at the hospital. And
Yeah.
patients are physically abusive. I mean, I have seen um stories about nurses that have gotten almost beat to death by patients. Like
Yeah,
that's
I've heard that too, yeah.
that's not okay at all.
And sometimes they're very young people too.
Yeah,
Like
for sure.
CNAs and those techs are usually like 19 to
Mhm.
23. Like they're young because they're,
Yeah.
growing in the medical field.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's just wrong.
So something needs to be done. I mean, again, like patient privacy,
Hmm.
I love it. I'm always gonna stand by it. I always think I don't by any means think that he should be able to clap back at her.
No, yeah, definitely not.
I don't think that he should ever disclose like I said last week, unless it's under, I guess, court order or whatever.
Hmm.
Even as bad as her behaviors have been, I still feel that she deserves that privacy because she was seeking,
Right.
mental
And
health.
it's really not necessary, and it makes him look better. Like his silence speaks so much louder. And
Yeah,
I think that a lot of people learn that with age, like your silence can speak so much louder than having to like engage with somebody like that because you can't, I mean, she's saying like we were lovers in a past life. We were married in a past life. It's like you can't engage with somebody like that. They're gone. So it's like
So another reason I think that she received a cease and desist versus like what she's saying, the reason why she took a break and is not talking about her story right now. She's saying that it was because of bullying, because her story is too nuanced, it's going over people's heads, which most of the mental health professionals that have engaged or spoke on it, and I don't mean like I spoke on it, I mean like have made reply videos and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they're like minimum master's level education. Like a lot of them have PhDs or doctorate degrees. You know what I mean? So I think
So
to say
smart.
that the nuance of her story went over their head. No, it didn't.
No,
No, it
they're
didn't. Um,
they're very aware of
it's
the
just
story
it's
and
just
what happened.
it's
We
just a
all are.
boring story with
Yeah.
no pinnacle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no climax to this story.
Yeah.
Um, So I think for the past 5 days, what she has been doing is trying to figure out how to keep her 129,000 followers. Because if you're not following along for the ridiculous I was in love with my psychiatrist and he kept me anyway
Mm-hmm.
saga, then why are you gonna follow Miss Girl? I
Yeah.
can't think of a single reason.
Mm-hmm. Especially if she's not like, I mean, and when we saw last week, she only had 46,000 followers. Not only, but that's still a lot. But now it's doubled,
Tripled.
right? Tripled. Yeah.
Did she only have 46,000 last week? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. So, but one thing that we did go through and do like a little bit of math, and this is what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah, not we, Hannah.
well, okay,
I
I do all my math
I don't do math.
because her okay, when you post a video on social media, and this is why when I saw her first three videos, I didn't think, and I was like, oh, this chick is trying to get into creator rewards. I didn't think it was gonna work, you guys. Like, I truly
Mm-hmm.
was like, it's not gonna happen. Because you know more about analytics than I do. But from what I understand, when you post a video, well, first of all, you want it in the algorithm. You want it going out to more than just the people that follow you.
Mm-hmm.
You want to be seeing it being liked by random people that you don't know. That's a good sign. Then I think the second thing is don't you want the likes to be at least 10% of the views?
Totally. Yeah, it's
Like
ideal.
at least.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so for every 10 people that watches it, you want at least one of them to be like hearting it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I only did the math on when she started the psychiatrist saga on. She did have plenty of other videos prior to that, but I just did the psychiatrist ones. So that's like 70, I believe it was 77 million views,
Mm-hmm.
but only 757,000 likes. So for all of her views, she only has 0.98% likes. So only less than one out of 100 people is like watching this shit and being like, "Yep, agree."
Mm-hmm.
And that should tell
That speaks volumes
that
for
tells
sure.
everything that we've been trying to tell.
Mm-hmm. I
Okay.
also just had a thought when you were talking about analytics that just sparked a memory in my brain. When I was initially in Creator Rewards, I was doing a lot of pop culture on my main account, and I hit a certain amount of warnings for Creator Rewards that I would not be able to cash out if I got one more warning. Mm-hmm. You picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah.
So Miss Girl has accumulated about $70,000 in the past 3 weeks. And if people are reporting her videos or she's getting, and she has talked about getting violations. I'm so scared of saying like violations because of TikTok, but she's talked about like videos being taken down and disputing with TikTok and stuff like that in some of her parts. That just made me think maybe she had to take a pause because she was trying to get out of that danger zone with creator rewards. I think so much of her has to do with money. And yeah,
From the beginning, you can just
you can
tell.
just tell with
You
people like
can
that.
just tell. And the sub only lives,
Oh my God. Yeah.
don't get me started. Be so
She's,
for
yeah.
real. Um, no, nobody with a single shred of confidence. Like if you feel like you have to have the comments off in all of your videos
Hmm.
and then you have to be set up only live, you have no confidence. You don't even believe yourself
No,
if
no,
you are
definitely.
not willing to let people like, oh my gosh, I mean, I've had videos where people have like attempted to roast me.
Yeah. I'm
You have
experiencing it right now. I have a
yeah,
video that
but you
keeps
don't
going
turn the
viral.
comments off. You just
I do for literally I do for like 2 seconds because I'm like I really it's like very annoying to like be an overstimulated mom and then pick up your phone and be like you're morbidly obese and I would be like fuck you dude, I'm so tired and I'm so hungry and I'm so like it's not what I need to see. But then I turn them right back on because I'm like, you know what, engagement. The only thing that annoys me about that particular video is it was like an ad that didn't get approved.
Mhm.
So the fact that it's gone viral and I'm not getting paid for it, but I'm getting so much hate is so enraging. Oh God.
But it's really just for mine, it's really just a case of like you lose either way. Because so for mine,
Yes.
and this is it wasn't viral, it was 25,000 views
Still good
about
though. That's
whenever,
good.
yeah, which is great for me. But it's about whenever like that patient said they couldn't like see me because I'm fat or whatever.
Yeah.
And so there's comments in there. So obviously, like some people saw my video, then went to my page and saw my post about being on Wegovy. And so they're commenting like, well, if you're so happy with yourself, then why are you on the shot? And it's like,
I can't win.
babe,
For
I
me.
never said I don't want to get healthy.
Right.
I said, I think that if you have a weight limit for your provider, you should make that known before
Mm-hmm.
your appointment.
And that was a crazy statement to make to someone. Like that statement was great. And it was so interesting too. I mean, talk about engagement. Like that video has great engagement, and
It does
great
have
great
great engagement.
conversation.
The
Great conversation.
majority of people on that video are like, yo, I love my fat provider because I know she's not going to give me hell
Yeah.
or whatever. And
Yeah.
like, yeah. And then of course, there's people that's like, well, yeah, I mean, like, you shouldn't be hypocritical. Babe, never in my entire career as a provider, as a nurse practitioner, have I ever brought up anybody's weight. I don't tell people to lose weight. I if I suspect they're having like a gut brain connection
Right.
problem, I
Mm-hmm.
might ask them about their diet only and I'll make it very clear. I'll be like, I'm only asking you about this because it could correlate with your anxiety. But
Mm-hmm.
what's your typical diet? Like I make
Right.
it very clear, crystal clear if I'm asking about food that it's not because of your weight, babe. It's just because of might be causing inflammation in your brain or whatever. But I'll talk with patients about their weight if they bring it up to me.
Mm-hmm.
If they have body dysmorphia,
Right.
if they want to gain weight, or if they do not, if they're some people are like upfront, they're like, don't put me on anything that could make me gain weight.
Right.
That's all from them. If
Mm-hmm.
they don't bring it up, I never bring up people's weight. That's not my ear. That's for your primary care.
Right. Well,
That's
and if you're like a civilian person, if you guys weren't like raised by parents, you should never bring up someone's weight if they're not bringing it up. If you're not like you should just not do that
Mhm.
ever. Unless you are like you said like a primary doctor where it's like
Primary care
part of your job, but
physician. Yeah.
period the end. Or if you're like a personal trainer and they're like specifically coming for measurements and like
Yeah.
that. But even that is like I have been a personal trainer and it is very like at an all women's gym and it is very touchy. Like so much reassurance needs to be put around weight because we live in a patriarchal society where it is all about like sexy bodies, and it's exhausting. Like there's so I mean I made a video going off to the trolls because I'm just like there's so much more to life than being skinny. Like
Mhm.
it's just like grow up, like evolve your brain, like read a book, touch grass, like do something because there's so much more to life. I mean, like, yeah, like it's great to feel great in your clothes, but also you can size up in your clothes too. Like it's it doesn't
Right.
really like I don't know if you feel good, then you feel good, you know?
Right. And I feel like from the very beginning I've made it very clear. Like the reason, one and only reason that I'm on a weight loss journey is for health reasons. I have
Right.
no problem with being a bigger size person, with wearing a bigger size clothes. I don't give a damn,
No,
okay?
it hasn't
Like
stopped any of your success, any of your like you're married, you
I
like
don't
it's not
care.
stopping anything in your life by being a bigger body. It doesn't
Yeah,
fucking matter at all.
that has not been an issue for me. Have I like and like yeah, it is kind of hard sometimes to like disentangle that because I do have and I've been working through it to like let it go, especially because I'm making good progress now. But yeah, when I first got my PCOS diagnosis and I found out I needed a GLP-1, there definitely like especially the day I took my first shot, there was like some guilt there because I was like, why
Right.
did I let it get this bad?
Mm-hmm.
Did I wait so long to go to the doctor? Like I've been knowing for a
Mm-hmm.
long time that I cannot lose weight, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because I have wanted to lose weight for my health because I've worked in healthcare for 18 years
Mm-hmm.
and I know that unfortunately being at a higher weight means that you're more likely to get hypertension,
Right.
likely to get diabetes,
Diabetes,
you're
yeah.
more likely to have heart problems or kidney problems. And I've seen and cared for people with all those things for the last 18 years, and I'm not trying to get none of that.
Right. Exactly.
I
Yeah.
don't want that smoke. I don't want that smoke.
Yeah.
Like, of course it can all be managed and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
If you have any of that going on, that okay, like work with your doctor. That's not like a personal shortcoming or anything. It's just for me. If I can do anything to avoid that, I want to.
Mm-hmm.
And then another group on that video was there was a small subset on that video who was nurse practitioners or providers, and they were commenting saying, yeah, a while back I had a patient like bring the same concern to me, and that really motivated me to lose weight, and now I've lost 50 pounds. And I'm like, what is the point in you
Don't care. Didn't
telling me
ask.
that?
Didn't ask. Don't care. It's like a microaggression to a bigger body
So like
person.
you're
Yeah.
shaming me too. So like
Mm-hmm.
you've been in the same situation that I'm in. And you're shaming me too, but not even really the same situation because they were like, yeah, I was being such a hypocrite to counsel patients to lose weight. I've never counseled a patient to lose weight in my fucking life.
Right. And also, I'd be like, well, I would have told them to shut the fuck up because like, if a patient said that to me, I would have said, shut up. I didn't
Oh,
ask what you did.
I would love to see you as a provider for one day. It would be like just to see what you would advise people to do.
I think I fit better in the personal trainer world because like people love this energy from a personal trainer because they would be like, I hate you. And I'd be like, I hate me too. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and they're
Yeah.
like, you're the worst. And like, we're in the South and you're sweating and I'm helping you get fit. And they would really get mad at me. And I'd be like, I know you carry, like, keep it close to your chest.
Literally. So,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
like
I'm not meant for the provider world, but my parents were medical providers.
so even though like you can definitely get ugly comments if
Yeah.
you like that if you have any confidence like if you are a because yeah like you're gonna put your Aphrodite video out there because you're right
Yeah.
and even if you aren't right okay but you are and like
Yeah.
for me like when I put that video out there and then there were also people that were like I don't know what the point of this video is supposed to be then why did you watch it
Like, yes,
and
you do.
comment
You're
on
just
it
being a
like
bitch.
you're
Like,
literally
yeah.
what I mean, the point of the video is that I had an experience and
Yeah. And I'm sharing it on the
talked
internet.
about it while maintaining all of the boundaries that I have to maintain as a provider.
Mhm.
I mean,
Yeah.
I would have loved to like hop on that video and be like, hey, if your name is this and you saw me today, you're a bitch. Like that. Yeah, that. That would have warranted some criticism.
All right.
If you came on your appointment today and you saw my face, you're a bitch. You know
Yeah, I
what
think even at the time when you were making it, you're like, is it too soon to make it? And I was like, no, because it just exists, you know? There is no time in the internet. Like it's posted and then your digital footprint is there, you know? There is
Yeah,
no, it's timeless.
right. Yeah, I'm like, okay. So all of that to move into the topic of how we're both blown away that 2 weeks in a row. I can barely say it. You say it.
Yeah, I can say it. I agree with. Oh my God, I can't. No, I can't.
It's really hard.
I know it's just not like an organic thing.
Yeah.
Um, I agree with men.
For the
You,
second week in a row on
for
a
the second week in a
popular.
row. And you know, this is what happens when we live in a patriarchal society, and this is what they want, that women almost become more misogynistic than men. And this is where I'm constantly going back to like, are we living in opposite land? Because like, but that's also like what a patriarchal society wants to achieve, you know? Like Serena started Gilead. She wrote the book.
Mhm.
So don't
We do
forget she
also
wrote
have
the
to
book.
take into consideration that this topic that we're about to touch on is based in LA. And
Oh,
that's honestly like a foreign country.
it really is. And you know, that was something I was thinking as I was watching the. Oh, well, okay, sorry guys. What we're going to be talking about is the Valley reunion.
And yeah, we're like
We're
behind.
being
I
very
literally just
nuanced.
finished it. Yeah, I just finished the
See,
Valley
Miss Girl,
season.
that's nuance when you don't say what you're talking
Attention.
about.
But yeah, we're just having a conversation, not even telling you guys what we're talking about. We're talking about the Valley season two. And
Yes.
in particular, we are talking about when it was either the next to last episode or the season finale. It was
We're
at
not,
the end
yeah,
of the
we're not that
season.
behind. It just came out a week ago. We're not that behind.
It was at the end of the season before the three-part reunion, which
Mm-hmm.
that did not need to be three fucking parts, okay?
No.
Andy Cohen, consolidate your shit.
Yeah.
Come on. Okay. So towards the end of the season, when they're on the boat and Janet says that Danny sexually assaulted women. Okay, no. Tell me you've never been sexually assaulted,
Yeah.
Janet, without telling me you've never been sexually assaulted. That's not sexual assault.
Yeah. No, it's definitely not. What I was thinking when you were saying that is I am so glad. Like I would totally be Kristen in that situation. And I'm so glad that the cast has someone like Kristen that is she is like she reminds me so
Going,
much of myself where she clocks that T like immediately she's like oh you essayed and she walks away and she's like I'm gonna bop bop in her bop bop but instead she's like wait actually let me reverse this really quick you're a fan you actually, everything that you're saying is so irrelevant because you are a fan. You are not like an actor like Danny. You're not Miss America. Like, oh my God, help me. What's her name?
Nia.
Nia, love her. Like you are a fan. And
Mhm.
then when she clocked her tea again in the reunion, when Jason's talking and they're defining, they're both so snarky in that way where they act like they're so much smarter than they are. And Kristen goes, aren't you a like if you a workman's comp lawyer? Clock his fucking tea,
Because
Kristen. Clock his fucking tea.
Janet is trying to defend herself for saying that, okay, so if you don't watch The Valley, there was allegedly an incident. Well, no, I won't say allegedly because Danny did admit this. Okay, so not
He
allegedly.
owns it. He was on antibiotics, blacked out
For surely.
for
And
sure.
I don't think that you can use that for an excuse. I
No.
don't think that you can use being under the influence of alcohol, drugs, or anything else, or having um poor mental health. I don't
Mm-hmm.
think that that is an excuse for the actions that you did.
No.
But I do feel like he has taken really accountability for what he did. So he was
Yeah.
blackout drunk, and there's another character on the show. Her name is Jasmine. Jasmine is another character on the show,
Mm-hmm.
and um, Danny got blackout drunk, and what he did is not good.
No.
Not good at all. I don't condone it at all, even though he's blackout drunk. He, I believe, grabbed or smacked or touched, I don't know, her behind.
and her girlfriends. I think that was more the big issue is that it was she felt like
He was
if
right to both of them.
yeah, and if it was like a straight relationship,
I agree.
then
I agree
yeah,
with her on this.
yeah, if it was a straight relationship and it was like, let's say, for example, Jax and Brittany, I mean, Jax would go bananas on Danny.
Yeah.
And that's, I think, what her from the beginning was her main frustration is
Is
I
that
don't
it
feel like
was
you're taking it seriously because we're like a
not
lesbian
taken seriously
couple.
because it was a woman. I do agree with that. I
And you and women in the in gay relationships get overly sexualized. Like
Mhm.
that is like truth. And so I totally respect her on that aspect for sure.
Mhm.
Because she felt they felt sexualized, they felt,
And
you know,
I think that Danny, when they explained it, agreed.
yeah.
When
And
they
even
explained it to him,
yeah,
I think he picked that up and was like, you know what? Didn't think about that. You're
didn't
right.
think about
So
that.
they were in a situation where he touched, I don't know. We don't know exactly what the hand movements were.
No.
Melissa and Jasmine,
Hmm.
they're a lesbian couple on the show, and said, can you go get daddy another drink?
Yes. Hmm.
Pertaining to himself as daddy. And the way that this blew up
Is all Janet's fault.
is
100%.
unbelievable. When you look at the other people on the show and what they have going on and the skeletons that they have in their closet and like
Hmm.
all the stuff that they've done and everything. I mean, I love Kristen, but for example, like Kristen and Jax have hooked up. We never talk about that.
Yeah. No, I mean that was all season 2 of the Vanderpump
I mean,
was.
that was a really long time ago, but
She got her ass beat by Stassi too.
this is just like I'm just throwing out examples of like stuff that doesn't get talked about on the valley, but we're going to talk about this to like absolutely no end.
Well, and this is like the frustrating thing with Miss Girl and with Janet is you guys pulling this like asinine stuff that makes people so like uncomfortable for relevancy
Mhm.
is so infuriating as women because never do I want to be saying I agree with a man
No,
groping a woman like
no,
you saying essay like you're and I really so appreciate Nia in this case because she is like she should be a lawyer because Nia was like what you're doing is like character like assassination what you're doing to him right now it's so inappropriate and I'm telling Jasmine and Melissa if they want to talk about it to us at for length at no end they can they
yes.
can always bring it up they can always be mad but it's you Janet it's the fact that you are doing this for relevancy you're not doing it to protect women you're not doing it to whatever you say you're doing it and it's just like it's very manipulative Janet is very manipulative and I don't like her I don't like her vibe it's that same thing that Miss Girl does it's that same tactic I don't like that.
Janet is a no. Okay, side note, I think that the issue with this show is that it has just so many unworthy characters.
Yeah. It is
Okay,
it like you said, it's very dark. It's very dark.
who on this show do you think is interesting enough to be on TV?
I mean, they're all the issue with the Valley, and I was a Vanderpump super fan. Like that's why I became a Love Island watch party show because I loved Ariana so much since I was like 16 years old, you know. So
Yeah.
I'm like locked in. I've been with these people forever. The Valley was obviously a spin-off of Vanderpump, and it was never supposed to be Jax and Brittany as the leads. They were in the same neighborhood as Ariana, Tom, Katie, Tom, Stassi. They've tried forever to get Stassi back. Of course, Kristen. It was always like Vanderpump is for the girls. And like Jax Taylor was never supposed to be the lead of the Valley, but he was the only one that wanted to do it because he was the only one that needed to do it because wasn't making any money. And what has become of the Valley is like so it's so dark because there are no main characters. We're watching a ton of people trying.
Hmm.
at 45 years old trying to get a paycheck. So they are destroying their lives, their children's lives, their partners' lives for relevancy, for a paycheck, for Botox, for filler, for whatever the fuck to keep banging 20-year-old girls. Like it's so dark because it's a bunch of side characters that are taking the lead on a show.
Okay, I'll tell you who I think is interesting enough on that show to be on TV. Brittany.
Yeah, she's fun.
I've always loved
I
Brittany.
love Brittany.
I've
Yeah.
loved Brittany since she came on scene.
Yeah, she's fun.
I think she made
She
a
has a lot more to her that we've never even gotten to see because of Jax
because Jeff
also.
overshadows her.
He really
That's
does.
why she is interesting enough to be on TV.
Hmm.
Um, he, especially if she really goes through the divorce with him and she's really separate from him and he can't ruin her life.
Yeah.
She is interesting enough for me to want to tune into.
Hmm.
Kristen,
Love
interesting enough
Kristen.
for me to want to tune into.
She's fun.
Those are the only two people on this show that I feel are
Hmm.
interesting enough to be on TV. The rest of these people are just LA people.
Yeah.
They're just LA bread and butter, vanilla.
Oh my
I
God.
mean, not Jax. Jax isn't bad, but I don't think that Jax should be allowed to be on TV. I don't think he should have
Yeah. He's
like
done now. He's officially done, thank God.
he needs to be grounded.
Hmm.
But it's not that he's not interesting. It's just that that should not be exhibited on TV.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
Can't get behind that. But Jesse and Michelle, I mean, they're literally just realtors. Okay.
And you know what? I really don't like them. I don't like
No,
I really don't like Jesse because I really
no.
feel like he is just as volatile as Jax, but he's much more covert about it. And I don't like Michelle only because she cares so much about her perception. There was multiple hot mics that picked her up that said, how do I look right now? Like, do I look really angry? Or like what is my like and girl, like just be you. Like, oh my God. I
When she tries to say that her divorce from Jesse is just as bad as Brittany's divorce from Jax, no, it's not, honey.
no.
No, it's
Also, it's definitely not because you're saying he's a great father and he has 50-50 custody. And you can tell by like there's definitely little I mean, there's definitely a lot of toxic about Jesse as a partner for sure. But as a father, I saw a lot of green flags, like specifically not saying like a woman should be with him, but specifically raising a child as a parent. I saw a lot of green flags. Getting her favorite shoes, her bedtime, his communication skills with her, his ability to walk a child fully comfortably alone
Mhm.
through an entire day routine
Yeah,
50% of the time is incredibly impressive for a father.
especially when you compare him to Jax.
Yeah.
The way
And
they,
he's
yeah.
doing the emotional labor. He's very aware of, I mean, their daughter is really cool. And that is because they are good parents,
Mhm.
but they are incredibly terrible characters and a terrible
I
couple.
don't like him at all.
I don't like him at
They're
all.
just, if you've ever been to LA or lived in LA or anything,
Or South Florida. They remind me
these
so much of South
people,
Florida.
these people are literally bread and butter
Yeah.
LA.
Talk
Fort
about like
Worth,
fat
hot.
phobic people. Like everything that Jax like says to Brittany, all of those guys have said about like women.
Mhm.
Like that group chat that they were talking about, like
Mhm.
those are like creepy predator men. And they're fucking old,
They're so
dude.
old, dude.
They're
They're
so
like 40s,
old.
dude.
They're
But
closer to 50 than 40.
that's the thing though, like on the West Coast, I feel like LA and New York both. I feel like if you for okay, for here, for the Midwest or the South, like for me to not get married until I'm 35, like that's considered, older. But
Right.
I feel like in LA or New York, if you get married by the time you're 35, they're like, you're a baby.
You're a child bride. Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
New York
New
City's
York
like the
City
same.
and
Yeah,
LA, a same
literally.
vibe. I feel like those are like the only two places in the country where
Because
you could
it's
be
so
40.
career. Yeah.
You could be 40 and they'd be like, well, don't rush into anything,
Mm-hmm.
you know? Um, but okay, so there's only two people on the show that I even feel like are interesting enough to even be on my television. Okay, what I wrote down some things in my notes app, but we definitely, I mean, yeah, I don't think that Danny obviously should not have done that. I do feel like he apologized, and he apologized multiple times in multiple ways.
Yeah, he did a good job. He
And
did a great job
I think
apologizing.
he'll keep apologizing anytime that Jasmine and Melissa need him to. I do. And I did jot something down here, and I think it's interesting. It's like I don't trust Danny. Like the main reason that I don't think that Danny is as bad as they say that he is not because of actually Danny. It's because of Nia. So I know that Nia grew up in a pretty traumatic childhood. She's
Mm,
been through a lot. She's gone through a lot. And I do feel like she's a girl's girl. And I feel like she's pretty strong in her faith as well. And I
yeah.
don't think that woman would stand by and have four kids with a bad man. I don't.
No, but she is another one that she really cares about perception, and it's exhausting to watch. She's so like on
Yeah.
his ass, and I just find that like as a viewer, as a pop culture like lover, I find that just not fun to watch. Like let him talk, Let him say stupid shit. He's a man. There's nothing wrong with men looking stupid on TV. They always look stupid on TV. Like it's okay, Nia, that you married a dumb Hollywood guy. That's okay. He's an actor and you're smart and educated and but like I don't know, she really cares about well, and unfortunate news too. They're not doing season. What is
Oh,
that?
I don't think that's unfortunate. I think that's the best thing
True.
for
It
them.
would it would
They
probably like ruin their marriage if they kept going
because
on.
they were
Well, and that was
they're
Janet's intention
I
too, to
feel
push them
like
off the show.
Danny and Nia are your very typical couple.
Totally.
They're so typical, right? Like there's bad things, there's good things.
I've met so many
They're
couples like them, like
they
just like
but they
them.
do like, they do a good job of like choosing each other. They're committed to each other. But they do like disagree on things. Like I know that the house thing, like to get her to move to Santa Clarita, I know that was like a war for him,
Yeah.
getting her
Hmm.
to agree to that. And then, trying to decide if they're going to have four kids or if they want to stop at three, her body image issues and him being very supportive of her throughout that, which that's something that I wrote down is like, okay, how dare that plastic surgeon look at her
I
and
know.
act like that was severe damage?
Yeah, I know. It's so annoying.
What on earth? Like, because 95% of women watching this show
My
not as
chest
good
looks
looking
identical to
are not as
Nia's.
good looking as Nia.
Yeah, no.
They're not as
No.
thin, they're not as pretty, their boobs are saggier.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Nia is
after
like one of the
after
most
three
beautiful.
kids.
Yeah, Nia's one of the most beautiful women I have ever seen. And I'm not even into like brunettes and brown eyes, but she is so beautiful, like gorgeous,
Mhm.
that she could bag any guy at
Mhm.
any point in her life. She could bag a man 2 seconds postpartum, the
Yeah,
hottest man in the hospital.
and the plastic surgeon is really feeding into her, like thinking that she's got so much work that needs to be done. That was crazy to me.
That was
I did, wri-
disappointing.
I did write down, um, Nia and Danny, not made for this. How on earth did they get casted?
Good question. I don't know how they
They
got
are not,
casted.
it is so clear, and it's been clear from the beginning. They're family-centered, faith-centered folks
Totally, totally.
with their issues. Like maybe Danny gets weird when he drinks. Maybe he needs to limit his drinking. Maybe he needs to be sober. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Her postpartum, like her body image stuff, them like struggling with decisions about where they're gonna buy a house. Are they gonna have a fourth child? Those are such those are such different issues and conversations than the rest of this cast is having. They're
Totally.
not on the same planet. They're
No.
not on the same planet, okay? Like they're talking about, they're going to a plastic surgeon consult and Danny's being like supportive of her to go talk about her saggy boobs, while, Michelle is trying to figure out like why is a gay man paying Jesse's rent?
Which is so, yeah, it's
We're
so
on
interesting. I was
different,
like, please, I want to know more. Why is he selling you thousands of dollars? And Jesse's like, yeah, he does because we're best friends for years. And I'm like, that's not normal. Like, at all. None of my best friends sell me thousands of dollars for my bills.
right? So I don't even know how they got casted, and I think it's very much good for them to just not be on the show.
No, I agree.
Um, then I said, um, Jack's critiquing Danny's parenting.
Oh, Lord.
What?
Crazy.
What?
Again, another man that is a very present, good father, like regardless of any other things. Like, this is what men that don't parent or aren't parents don't realize. Like, there's like categories. It's like you're a friend. I mean, same with women. You're a friend to your friends. You're a husband to your partner. Then you are a parent to your child. They're all different tasks,
Mhm.
And it's just like that Jax doesn't even know. He doesn't know.
Just the fact that Danny he's an active parent. He actively makes it known. Like they even joke about it on the show. Like, how many times is he going to say three under three or four under four?
Yeah.
Like, he's actively engaged in that life that they have. Like three under three, four under four. I'm a dad. I'm a dad. Like
He loves it.
I
Yeah.
got zero sleep last night.
It's his personality. Yeah.
And
It's
then,
like,
yeah, I don't think that Jack should be critiquing Danny's parenting, but I put a laughing emoji by it. And then the next thing that I wrote down was I could not track what was happening at the Zen party. There were too many fights going on at the Zen party. I couldn't track.
and apparently even more when cameras cut.
Yeah. What was that?
Which I love that I think Andy is very sick of Jesse and Jax. Well, I mean, Jax is already off the show also, so he won't be returning, thank God. But he was like, yeah, I absolutely would put a mic on your girlfriend because this is a hot set, bro. You're
Yeah.
on Bravo.
Reality TV. Yeah.
Grow up. Like, what?
Yeah.
There's no privacy in reality TV. And don't come to a place with cameras and mics if you don't want to be recorded. Like,
Yeah.
grow up.
Yeah. No, totally. I couldn't even track that. Okay, next I put down, okay, this is a hot take. Zach is jealous because he's not the number one gay in the group. Because he's not. He's not. If you have followed these people on social media, you know that Jared is the number one gay in the group.
Jared is.
Jared, I don't know his last name. Let's look him up. Jared Lips on Instagram. He
Is he the one that's friends with Janet?
he's friends with all of them. He did their
All
glam
of
for
them.
Vanderpump.
Oh.
And he went through a cancer battle in 2020. Or,
Oh,
you know what? I don't know what the year was. He went through a cancer battle and then had a stem cell transplant.
dude,
And
I'm like a fake fan right now, not knowing about him.
he is friends with all of the girls. And
Hmm.
he was friends first with all of the girls. And
Oh, yes, yes, yes,
Jared
yes,
Lips,
yes. Jared
is that
Lips,
his
yeah.
Instagram? Yeah. Yeah. He is the number one gay in the group.
He's who I was thinking of. He was the one that was on the call with
Yeah.
when he was with Janet. And yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but he's friends with Lala, Sheena, Brittany, literally
All
everybody.
the
They
girls,
were
yeah.
all riding for him during the stem cell transplant was during, I think the stem cell transplant was during COVID, but again, I'm not 100% sure because they were like outside the hospital with like banners and stuff for him. But
Hmm.
you're not allowed to have a bunch of people in to see you when you're getting a stem cell transplant anyway because you're so immunosuppressed. So
Right.
I'm not 100% sure if it was because it was COVID or because he was immunosuppressed. But his cancer journey and his stem cell transplant, and I think that Janet has a podcast with him. I'm not 100% sure on that.
Right.
But he is the number one gay in the group, and Zach's mad.
I could see it. Well, and it'll be interesting because so what I think with the Valley for season one, I think they were doing a lot of testing. And I think that's why Danny and Nia got casted because I think they were like, okay, let's put in a super wholesome and see what direction it goes. And it did not go. We're still very WeHo. We're still very West Hollywood. We're still very party scene. So now I think it's going to get more queer, more party, less family, like I think we'll like maybe Jared is going to be cast. We don't know. Like I don't know what it's going to take a different direction without Danny and Nia for sure.
To be honest, I'm thinking, and I don't listen to Jared's podcast, so maybe he's answered this on his
Yeah,
podcast.
me neither. I
I'm
don't
thinking
either.
he probably was offered it and he doesn't want it. If he doesn't have it, I think it's because he doesn't want it,
Maybe it's true.
to be honest. And maybe he doesn't want to be on the show with Zach. Obviously I don't know if Jared doesn't like Zach, but I know that Zach doesn't like Jared and I know why. It's because
Yeah,
he's,
jealousy.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
I
tired
think
of that.
that I think Brittany would be really smart to like hire Zach as like an assistant so that he can feel like I've like met gay men that are like him that are super like they almost have like a macho protector energy, like a big brother kind of vibe. And it just to me, his energy feels like he's a bit lost on his identity.
Because
Like,
then this is why I think that he's in the same boat as Janet. I think he rode Britney's coattails
right.
right on in here. He's
Mm-hmm.
not interesting enough to be on TV, babe. He's
He's
not.
not. No, because like what is he doing? He's not doing anything interesting.
Nothing.
There's so much interesting things about Kristen and Brittany that like we hardly got to touch on. Like I want to know like what do you mean she's so good at party planning and she's planned like tons of different parties and there's like so much about her identity and then Kristen does all these really cool like photo shoots and has her brand. Like there's so much
Her
stuff that
clothing.
yeah, like that we haven't even gotten, and then now I want to see how she navigates anxiety and motherhood. And, I'm,
And another thing with Zach is how he accuses Janet of being I said Zach is a mess and only casted um because of Brittany. He accuses Janet of being a fan, but what is the difference between Janet and him? Nothing. I don't think anything. I mean, okay, I will say this. I think he's more fun than Janet.
oh, yeah.
Like I would rather hang out with Zach than Janet.
He's more loyal than Janet, I think. He's very, at least, like, for sure what side he's going to be on. With Janet, you never know.
Right. Well, but a couple things that I saw that I really didn't like. Okay, at the Zen party when he was screaming at Brittany, I didn't like that. I
Hmm.
didn't like that at all. Like you're telling her to leave Jax because Jax yells at her, but then you're gonna get no.
Yeah, no.
And if
Yeah,
I'm
he needs to chill with the drinking too, because his like crazy story times are out of pocket, and like anybody that's like blacking out regularly has a drinking problem. And I think
and
that might have been what Jason was trying to say, but like couldn't fully say it
mhm.
when he was like, "Come on, guys, we all have drinking problems." And they're like, "Speak of your fucking," they freaked the fuck
They really
out.
were
They
so
were like,
scared by that, and he was like, "Okay, but
he's like, "You know what
yeah,
I mean?"
yeah, no, for sure." But so I did not like the way he was yelling at Brittany at the Zen party. And then I didn't if he did indeed say that he hoped that Janet had a miscarriage, I don't like that.
I think he did. I think that's confirmed.
I felt like he admitted to it at the
Mhm.
reunion.
Yeah.
And I think that is
Because he was like, I don't know
he missed
why I
it.
said that. I
I
thought I was in a private moment with my friend. It's like, you still shouldn't say that.
I was like, I think that's a heinous thing to say. Like,
Doesn't make it better just because you said
and
it to
because
only
I
Brittany.
mean, and not that this makes it any better. It doesn't make it any better at all.
Yeah.
But it's not like she was like early in her pregnancy. I mean, she was like 8 months. It's like
She was super
not
pregnant the
gonna have
last
a
season.
miscarriage at that point. It would literally be like a stillbirth, right? Like I mean, like
Yeah, it would
the
be
baby is
devastating.
fully formed. Like it is a,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
fully formed. That
Yeah.
was sick. That was sick. I don't like that. I
No,
do not
I
like
didn't like that either. And like he's better than that, I think. I think that he definitely has a little bit of an issue with drinking for sure.
and just anger. Yeah, he's just not interesting enough to be on TV, and he's jealous of Jared. So my final thought on the Valley is that instead of the Valley, whatever mess that it is, I would love to not see the Valley, and what I would love to see is a spin-off
Ooh,
of Brittany moving back to Kentucky or Kristen and Luke moving to Colorado, which this would obviously include Brittany getting full custody of Cruz, which I think needs to
basically,
happen,
yeah.
and bringing Cruz to Kentucky and letting him grow up like on the farm.
Yeah,
Because I feel like her family loves her so much and supports her so much, and I just think that I think being away from LA would be very healing for her.
totally.
Very, very healing for her. I think it would just be so nice for her. Um, or yeah, or like I said, or Kristen and Luke moving to Colorado, or even, I mean, truthfully, Brittany, Cruz, Kristen, and Luke moving to Colorado.
That would be
I
cool.
think just get Brittany out of LA, dude.
But see, I don't think she'll leave.
I don't either. I don't
I
either.
don't think she
I'm
will.
saying
She
that.
seems like addicted to, she's getting like, she's definitely like, I really appreciate Brittany, her transparency. She really answered all of the questions that fans have speculated. I appreciate that she talked about like, people think I'm doing the snowflake, and like she addressed everything that everybody was questioning her about. And I really appreciate that. And
Mhm.
she said it with her whole chest. She was like, nothing was off limits, but she is definitely addicted to whatever LA is providing her. But I don't think it's good for her. I think it's
It
like
is
it's not,
clearly
it's
not.
aging her for sure. It's definitely aging her like in a weird way. It is so crazy though. Her story time about her son's autism is like identical to Blue, to my son. Like verbatim, like from the beginning to now. It's actually crazy. I'm so glad that she has a platform to speak
Yeah,
on it because it was the exact same for us. Like
yeah.
all the points, like him being super like hitting crazy milestones really fast, talking quickly, and then by his second birthday he wasn't saying a word, he wasn't making eye contact. It was like, you know, it was just so crazy. And just I love that she talks about early intervention and how like
Mhm.
it's different in boys and girls. And I was really proud of her for that. But I think I agree with you wholeheartedly. She would do so much better and have such a more interesting life outside of LA.
Such a more interesting life, such a
She's fun. She's
freer
cool.
life.
Even Tennessee, like, I mean, she could still get that itch of like going out and partying, but live like in the mountains or like, I don't know, have a cool, just
Yeah.
something
Because
fun, something
like her talking
country.
about, I mean, having a $17,000 mortgage,
Oh my
because he
God.
was $1.2 million behind in taxes when he married him.
Why was he not in jail like all the other fucking Bravo assholes? Like, I'm sorry,
She said
Teresa went
she said
there. Oh
that
yeah,
they
because
wouldn't
she
have been able to put it on the mortgage that
got her.
he would
Yeah,
have. He would have. So
that
the
would have
seventeen
been.
thousand dollar mortgage, I mean, I'm like, girl, like,
He should have. That would have been way more interesting and way more iconic of her. Letting that man go to jail, get clean. What, that would have been back in 2018? Like, can you
yeah,
imagine?
2018,
That
yeah.
would have been fucking iconic. Then, like, no, babe, you got to go to jail. You got to get sober before I
Yeah.
have children with you. Like, because she obviously, we didn't know that COVID was going to happen, but that probably would have changed the trajectory of her life. I
Mhm.
mean, that's like right there. Like, women have some boundaries
Yeah,
because that could have changed her whole life.
totally, totally.
Ugh.
Because, and it, yeah, it's just like, I don't understand. And of course, I don't know her, so there's reasons why I don't understand. But like, do you really want to pay $17,000 a month to live in this huge house
That is so fucking
in
regular.
North
Like,
Hollywood?
You
Like,
can get that house for $1 million here, like for a regular price. Like, I mean, that's still a lot of money, but
yeah,
like that house
she
is
has
so
it, I
regular.
guess.
Yeah,
But you could still do your podcast. You could easily get a show.
totally.
And just like, I don't know, I think it'd be so much cooler for her and her kid.
Yeah.
Her,
Jack did allude to her dating an athlete, which I was like, that would be interesting because an athlete could get her out of LA.
yeah,
Like a football player or a basketball player, like
yeah.
somebody like that. That would be really interesting. And I totally see her as like, I could totally see her as a sports wife. And oh
Oh,
my,
oh yeah.
Jax would hate that
She would
because
be
he's
such a
such a,
cheerleader all the time.
yeah, oh my God. And she's so cute with like, she loves the theme. She loves like, she would be so fun. She would be so,
Yeah.
so fun. I
Yeah.
love Brittany.
I do believe that she's like a good friend. A good friend, a
She's
good
really
mom.
wholesome, yeah.
Yeah, she seems like the person who brings the fun.
Mm-hmm.
And I do understand that being connected to Jax, she also has brought a lot of drama, but
Yeah.
outside of him, she is friends with Janet. She's friends with everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
She
When's
is
your
friends with
birthday?
everybody.
Yeah, really her only downfall was Jax. And honestly, just like never having a backbone. Like I truly think she lost a lot of people because of her inability. And then people started speculating that something just had to be wrong with her because she was having that inability to have a backbone. But coming from someone that was also in a 10-year relationship with someone just like Jax Taylor, it is really hard to get out when you are so enmeshed.
Oh
And
yeah.
when you keep violating your own boundaries, it's harder and harder. Like
The
you get
kid,
glued
I mean, they have so much. They have some
so much.
the podcast, the kid, the house, the it being on a show together. uh, like I'm sure that he has alienated her from some of her family, some of
Mm-hmm.
I there's no telling. There's no telling. But for a reality TV, I mean, at the end of the day, final thoughts, the a reality TV show should not have to have like a substance, mental health, domestic violence hotline at the end of the show.
Yeah, and it was like four different phone numbers.
Yeah, you
I'm
should
like,
have to
come
be
on, we're doing too
take
much
that
now.
if take him off of the TV.
Please.
There's
He's
no
like,
reason they couldn't have kicked him off whenever they want.
no.
He had to be violating whatever contract he had.
Absolutely. And as soon as
Kick
Brittany
him
said
off.
like he was like so volatile that she had a physical injury,
Mhm.
that should have been when he's not returning after
Because
rehab.
I do feel like in a way, like, okay, so probably from their perspective, they're like, these are real issues and we're showing them. So that's probably their perspective.
Totally.
My perspective is that you're still making this look too glamorous. Okay.
Totally.
You are still making this look too glamorous because you're putting this is very much exceptional where a woman would be battered, be physically, emotionally, and verbally and financially abused. Brittany was all of those. Maybe
All of
even
those.
sexually, we don't know.
We don't
Okay.
know.
But
Yeah.
we do know physical, verbal, emotional, and financial. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you're showing that she can still be a TV star. She can still afford a $17,000 mortgage. She can still be a good mom. That's not what you should be showing.
No.
You're glamorizing it.
Yeah, 100%. And like even her like I almost wish that they didn't even show her moving back into the house
Mhm.
because that was like there's certain things that they do that I'm just like,
You're
ah, no,
glamorizing it.
like we
You're
don't need 20-year-olds or 18-year-olds to see this.
you're like,
Like,
oh yeah, you can be with a guy. You can give a guy like this 10 years of your life and still come out on the other end.
no,
Not everybody can.
no.
And we don't even know what the future holds for them. To be honest, I don't want to be morbid at all, but he's not going to leave her alone.
Yeah, no. The way that even the way that she was so like you can tell that he has not left her alone because after that, however many fucking hours, Andy was like, "Do you believe him?" And she's like, "No."
Well,
Like he is
whenever
verbally assaulting her every day.
they're on the reunion and she looks at Kristen and she's like, I'm shaking. And he says, you should be on
Yeah,
the
like
reunion. And they put that on TV. They're glamorizing domestic violence.
they are. Yeah. Yeah, they really
And
are.
that is absolutely not
No.
cool. It's not, the domestic
No.
violence rarely looks like that, I would say.
Yeah, no. I mean, coming from someone that like left a situation mildly similar to that, like I had to sell everything to get back on my feet. I had to sell my house and very similar to Brittany, everything got put in my name. And I was like, "Oh, fun surprise." Like I went from being the wife to now having to figure out how to be the breadwinner. This is fun. And to protect myself, like I sold everything. I sold the
Yeah.
house, I sold the car, I sold the phone, I sold the da 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 da. I sold it all because I was like, I didn't want to live like Brittany.
Hmm.
I would rather sell everything than have to talk to that man and be attached to that man every fucking day of my life for the rest of my life. And that would have been my life if I would have kept the car, if I would have kept the house. It was a
Hmm.
beautiful house, but you can always get another beautiful house.
Hmm.
Eventually you can buy a beautiful house.
And maybe there's definitely a possibility that she is thinking about leaving and just not give dropping any hints or any clues because she doesn't want him to know. Because
Maybe.
I mean, they're definitely not at a point where I don't think like legally, I don't think she could take their kid and go to another state
Probably not.
right
No,
now.
not
I
if they're
don't think
not
they're
legally divorced.
legally at
Yeah.
that place, but I definitely think that she could get to that place where she could take cruise and leave.
Yeah.
Because my God, there's 15 years of evidence.
I know. That's what I'm like, even like that specific like spin-off that they had when they went to Kentucky,
Yeah,
he was so mean to
yeah,
her and her family. And that
yeah,
was again like 2016, 2017.
yeah,
Like he was awful. Like he's
yeah.
always been so volatile to her.
Yeah, and I
But
don't
now I
know.
really don't know. When she moved back into that house, I found that like I can, I guess, understand how some people would find that empowering, but I found that very regressive because I
Mhm.
just do not see how that's good for you to live in the space where you were abused.
I would never be able to live in there. It
She's
would,
like, I changed it all. I'm like, it's still the same. Like, go buy the house down the street, bro. Like,
yeah,
rent it
yeah.
out. Like, what? Like, I get that you owe a lot of money on it, but you are like a reality influencer star. Like, I
Mhm.
don't know. It made no sense to me when she stayed in that house, like at
Yeah.
all. I will
I
never
mean,
understand that. I love the house.
I think she wanted consistency for Cruz, but
He was living in an Airbnb. Like
I don't
he's two,
think,
like at
yeah,
that point.
I mean, I
Like,
don't really think
yeah. Get him consistency
it
in
would,
a new neighborhood, in a new house. Like, get
yeah.
him that. This is not gonna be healthy for him to see his mom berated for living in their marital home. That will always be your marital home. When you divorce someone like that, it doesn't matter. If you're not married for 10 years to the narcissist, that
Hmm.
will always be the marital home.
Hmm. Hmm.
Like they just are like that attachment that they have. It's like you're a possession, you're a
Yeah,
belonging, and it's just
yeah,
like for her to really cut ties, she has to sell anything that was ever tethered to him.
yeah, yeah. No,
Triggering.
I agree. Um, okay, so that's our thoughts on that. We had a lot. I
That's
know
our
we
thought.
had a lot of thoughts. I definitely have a lot of thoughts over it for a show that I don't even think should exist. So,
Yeah. If it canceled like tonight, I would be like, yay.
like, stop doing this. But yeah, I don't think that Luke belongs in LA. I don't think Brittany belongs in LA.
Hmm.
And I think that it would serve Kristen so well to try something different.
Yeah, there's way cooler places that I would love to watch them like go. Like
Yeah.
from what I've heard, like LA is like fairly small. Like we've seen that same like strip that they walk on for like 15 years.
Hmm.
Like, I know that other streets exist in the world. Like, I know other towns exist in the world. Do they know? It's like the Truman Show. They're just
Yeah,
like stuck on a fucking loop of walking in
a
the same
loop
town.
of Botox, filler,
Yeah.
saunas,
They're like, oh, they just
bars.
put a new restaurant here. And I'm like, who are you talking to? It's like they're a fucking ad. Like,
I'm dying. So yes, Luis and I went to a black tie wedding last night and we had a great time.
oh, good.
Um, really, really good time. And but where we messed up with was the outfit. So I've known for months and months and months that this wedding was black tie attire.
Mm-hmm.
And the bride was like, really, she was like,
That was her
I
vibe.
don't
Like,
want to see any pictures of anybody in
not
anything.
fancy.
Yeah, she's like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to see it. And I was like,
Heard.
got it. Not sure if I can bring Luis or not. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to bring my
Can you
husband.
send me some inspo pics of what
I was
men should wear?
I'm actually scared. So I was like, okay, well, Thursday, the wedding was yesterday, Saturday. Thursday, I was like, let's go get a suit, babe. Like, let's go get a suit.
I'm so dead by that. I'm so the opposite when it comes to
My God. We get to the store and I asked my good friend Bo, he is stylish and
that.
he knows the kind of stuff you're supposed to wear to something like this. So I was like, hey, where should we go look for Luis?
Mm-hmm.
So he says, oh, probably like Macy's or Dillard's. I'm like, bet. So we go to Macy's or Dillard's. We start looking at price tags.
Yeah, it's a big yikes.
Hell nah. Hell no. Hell no. So we quickly, with a quickness, realized we were not going to be buying a suit.
Mm-hmm. Did you guys rent from Men's
We
Warehouse?
did.
Yeah.
We did. So Thursday we're at the mall.
You should have asked me. I would have told you rent at Men's Warehouse.
I should have. I don't know why I didn't.
I was married 2 times.
I don't know why I didn't. So it's 6 o'clock. We're at the mall. I'm sweating.
Oh my
6
God,
p.m.
yeah.
Thursday. 6 p.m. Thursday at the mall, sweating like, oh my God, I'm gonna probably have to not bring my husband with me to this because
Right.
what are we gonna do?
Yeah. We
So
can't both be having meltdowns.
we look at Men's Warehouse, they close at 7. So we went to Men's Warehouse and the most nicest lovely girl helped us.
Mm.
I was like, ah, and she knew exactly what to do. She was like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're so good there. Like they're so professional and so
There
like
was no judgment
mm-mm.
whenever I was like, or he was like, yeah, I need to be able to pick this up on Saturday. No judgment.
Yeah, they're great. They really are great.
Really are great. 10 out of 10
Hmm.
recommend Men's Warehouse for this. So she measured him. We found out what he was going to wear. And we had to pay, it was for the rental, it was 160 and then it
Hmm.
was a $40 rush fee. And then with taxes and everything, the grand total of renting the suit was $240. So I was like, okay, I knew that this wedding had an open bar, and I was like, I'm just keeping a mental tab because I'm like, we got to recoup our costs.
Hmm.
Guys, how many drinks is he gonna have to drink
Right.
for this? So I'm running a tab in my mind.
We're getting our money's worth.
I'm like,
We're
if
getting
I'm
dessert, a
not,
meal.
yeah, I'm not drinking right now because of like I'm scared to drink all this medicine.
Yeah, that's
Who knows?
valid.
Who knows what would happen? So I was like, okay. So we got that squared away. And I was, so thankful. So then Friday, so I was so silly. I thought that Thursday, me and him were just gonna go. He was gonna buy a suit. I was gonna buy a dress. We were gonna be done with it.
Yeah.
Hell no. No. So Thursday night we got that squared away. By the time we got that squared away, I was like, okay, I'll just figure this out tomorrow. So
Hmm.
so then Friday I go by myself to the mall. So it's the second day in the row I've been at the mall.
Yikes.
Yikes. Okay. And if you're one of the 11 subscribers and you're from Nashville and you're listening, it was the Green Hills Mall. So that should tell you some additional details. When you go to the Green Hills Mall, you have to park. It's so packed at all times. You have to
Ugh.
park at minimum, I would say a quarter of a mile away.
Is it like a touristy mall?
No,
Or like, no, it's just like a
no. This
local.
is just a Green Hills is just a pretty well-to-do neighborhood.
Okay.
And
The good stores are there.
I think we've talked about before, like, I don't think that very many of the women in this neighborhood work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we have
Um,
one of the, it's called like Tyson's Corner. That's
okay.
like ours. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
like our
Because we have like Trader
ish.
Joe's here and we have the Green Hills Mall here, and everybody's like, oh my gosh, like you have the Trader Joe's, like, right? Like it's very close to where I live. And I'm like, yeah, I can never go because the parking
Mm-hmm.
lot is packed.
Yeah, it's
Like I
like
can
not
only ever
fun.
go if it's like pouring rain
Yeah.
or, 8 a.m.
I
Maybe.
think Trader Joe's hates parking lots because I've never seen a good Trader Joe's
Isn't
parking
that
lot. It's
crazy?
always like an L shaped. And it's
Yeah.
like, wow, you just don't want customers? I don't know.
Yeah.
Weird. And you're so small, like three cashiers. Why? Every single one.
Yes.
Stupid.
Totally. So I go Friday by myself. It's 100 degrees. I get into the store and everything is, I'm not a mall girl. I'm a thrifter.
Yeah.
Thrifter. I'm not trying to go into the department stores
No.
and I'm
The
not
next wedding
trying.
you have, I'm gonna hold your hand through it. And you're gonna tell me the date. And you're gonna be like, I have a wedding coming up in a couple of months. Be like, okay, let's look at dresses
You're right.
right now.
100%. You're exactly right. This was all, oh yeah, this is all my own doing. I have no one to blame but me
No,
for
but I have
everything.
so many other friends. That's just not like on your mindset, of like, me. If somebody tells me like there's a wedding in next year, I'm like, okay, I will find something. I'll have like a whole, and all, yeah. Carry on. Continue.
So, like 100 degrees. Well, this mall has a skylight and they've got the AC on, but bitch, it was hot. It
Yeah,
was hot.
sticky.
Okay, so I go into Nordstrom and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking and I'm looking and I found some things. But there's something about a department store dressing room and the fluorescent lighting
Yeah, it's aggressive. Yeah.
that doesn't do you any favors. And then
Mm-mm.
you're really sweaty.
Oh yeah, and you're like, and the smell of like new clothes on your sticky body. Yeah, no, I hate that.
Yeah,
Hate it.
yeah. And so, you know, it was like 100 and something degrees or whatever. It was very hot on Friday, so I obviously wasn't wearing a bra, but then I brought a bra with me to try on with the dress because I know I'm going to wear a bra with the dress,
Mm-hmm.
obviously. I'm not going to go to a wedding without a bra. I'll go a lot of places without a bra, but not a
Right.
wedding. We're not that depraved. So I brought a bra with me, so I'm like trying to get the bra on and I'm sweating.
Oh, so overstimulating.
The
Like,
fluorescent lights, and I just found a dress that fit
mhm.
on my person, and I didn't even like it really, but
Yeah.
it fit me.
I think you look great though. And I
I
think it was
did,
so flattering. I
I
really
did
do.
honestly. I looked so much better at the event than I did in
Hmm.
the dressing room.
And it was so like, it just like body tea. Like, you looked great. You really
It
did.
looked so much better. I don't know if it was because I wasn't as sweaty or because the lighting was better or if
Mhm.
because I just felt better. I don't know. Um,
And that style is
it
very in. Like, I think it was just
looked
like
so much better.
and you said the person helping you was like so
Oh, yeah.
amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Amazing.
that showed, that really showed because even when you're overstimulated like that, when you're in good hands, you're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
feel good at the event the following day.
Yeah. I, yeah. I think that if you have friends and that you want to go shopping with and that's what you want to do, that's great. For me, for myself, I would rather go to the department store and talk to the person who's working there and say, this is what I've got going on. This is who I am. So what I told them, I was like, hey, I've got a black tie wedding to go to tomorrow.
Hmm.
Um, I'm a very casual person, which I think that they could tell because I was in like a bright pink like sundress with my nipples showing.
You're like, I don't give a fuck. Just put me in something fucking nice because
Because
I'm dying.
I wasn't wearing a bra. So I think they probably could have picked that up, but
Yeah.
I just told them anyway. I was like, I'm very casual. I'm not really a dressy person. I would like just something nice, but preferably somewhat comfortable,
Mhm.
you know. And so because they know everything that's in the store.
Oh yeah.
They save you so much, you know, and so they were so great. And they were like, well, you know, what colors do you like? And, you know, I was like, I like pink, but I probably am gonna try to wear black because
Hmm.
my husband's wearing a black suit. And um, yeah, that's so helpful. So if you are needing to go shopping, but you're like nobody can go with you, like you don't have a support person to go with you,
Hmm.
let the person working at the department store be your person.
Oh yeah. And as someone that used to like I worked in retail like all of my 20s, like
Mhm.
we look forward to it.
Oh, they
Like
want to do it.
yeah, it's so
They
and
want
like
to do
we
it.
want to take it's just like coming into like a therapy appointment or like a massage appointment. We
Uh-huh.
want to take that stress off you. Like
Oh,
we're
yeah.
sitting waiting around for something to do
I
aside
was
from the stock.
I was so glad
Mhm.
that I like had that person to help me. And I think, I mean, I don't know, maybe they were faking it. It's possible that they were faking it and they were having like the worst time ever, but I feel like they were also happy to just like help me find something that looked good.
Oh
And
yeah. I mean, based off their selection, I think
I
they
think so.
definitely cared. They
Yeah,
definitely wanted you to look good and feel good.
I
And they that
trust
was like perfect.
I trust the people that work at stores.
Hmm.
I really do. I really do. So I was like, okay, so that even though I was like in the dressing room with the fluorescent lighting, sweaty, bra messed up, like my
Oh yeah.
straps were like snapping and stuff,
Hmm.
I made it. And we went to the wedding and we looked really good and we had a really good time. But I just think I think it's funny that we waited until Thursday night.
Yeah, that gives me so much anxiety. Please never, never do that again. I will do I will say this is like the one positive thing about dating military men is like they at teenage pubescent years are being fitted for suits, tailored multiple suits. So they understand the process of like versus civilian men. They understand the process of like, go get a suit that fits you that looks like this. And they're like, yes, ma'am. Like, it's a
It would have been easier if we would have dressed up for our wedding,
right.
but we didn't.
Yeah.
And it was, oh my gosh, like I had this lady like cracking up. So we go into the wedding yesterday and we're waiting for it to start. So we're just like sitting there and
Hmm.
I was sitting next to my friend Bo and then of course Louise. And was saying to Bo, I was like, yeah, it's funny because we're more dressed up for this than we were for our own wedding. And the lady sitting in front of me was like, she was like, "Oh my God, that's so funny." She's like, She's like, "I just heard you say that, and that is so funny." I was like, "No, it's so real." And I told her about how like my wedding dress came from Amazon and it was $32, and
Right.
I actually just left it at the hotel. Like I didn't even put it in my bag to fly back because I was like, maybe
Whoever
somebody else
whoever
might need
needs
it.
this for their Vegas wedding.
Like, maybe somebody else might use it. You know, I didn't even care about it. I like had
Mhm.
zero whatever, and then. You know, he wore like a white shirt and black pants, but yeah,
Yeah,
it was just so funny. So
I love that. I'm
it
glad you
all
guys had
worked
fun.
out.
Yeah, how was I know you were a little concerned with like the elevator situation. Was it good?
Oh, there was no elevator there.
Oh, good. Love that. It was like stairs.
It was all stairs.
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So Friday, because the name of the venue was the Bell Tower. So in my mind, I'm like, are we going up in a tower? Like, what are we doing? And it
Right.
turns out that the reason it's called that, I assume, is because it's like an old church-like building. I don't know if it was
Oh,
a church, but it
okay.
like really high ceilings.
Oh, okay.
Mezzanine vibes. Beautiful venue. Beautiful, beautiful.
Pretty.
Um, Downtown, just gorgeous, stunning. And I was like, oh my God, like, are we gonna have to like ride
Right.
up there? Because I'm uber terrified of elevators, but no, it was not even
That's good.
the way. the way that my I spiral, I swear.
That's okay. I spiral. I get it.
Yeah, we
I
spiral together.
I freaking spiraled leading up to starting. Well, I started back my last semester of college
Yes,
2, 3, 4 days ago,
yes.
13th. And yeah, I really spiraled the days leading up to it. And I don't even know why. I was telling Luke, I'm like, I don't know why I'm so nervous. Like I'm taking one more class than I've been taking. And it was just like so like my written calendar is like I'm so because having ADHD, it makes things very hard to like manage, obviously. So when things look similar, my thought process was like, what if I upload into my other graphic design class and this? Like I don't want to like forget something,
Mhm.
and being someone that like I don't know. It just seems like when you're a girl that has ADHD, I've gotten in like a lot of trouble for like forgetting things. And I never had like people that were like, it's okay. Like if I like forgot something, like if I messed up like taking a picture of the schedule, I like got fired for like
Mhm.
forgetting, I've never been that person that like, oh, you made a mistake. Like that's all right. Maybe next time. No, it's always like I get severe consequences, like
Yeah,
in
I
trouble the
feel that.
first time I
I
mess
feel
up.
that.
Yeah, so I'm like very critical
Yeah.
of my scheduling and making sure that like I'm super on time. Like I was doing my introductions on the 12th and I was telling Luke, I'm like, I'm so late. And he was like, you don't start school until tomorrow. Like, how can you be late if the semester hasn't started? But we've had 8 days off. So tons of people were doing things early and I was just
Right.
feeling like very behind. But then once I got in my flow and, actually realized like, oh, I'm a senior in this degree and I know what the fuck I'm doing, everything kind of like dissipated.
Mhm.
Cause I keep just feeling like there's no way that I'm qualified. Like I keep doing these
Imposter
things.
syndrome.
Yes. Yeah. I'm having like but it's like a weird imposter syndrome where I'm just like, no way that I'm like actually about to graduate, but then I'm like actually good at what I've never been like good at like school. I've always been like very mid, like very like pass, like B's, like whatever, but I'm
Mhm.
not really like retaining. But when it comes to this specific stuff that I'm doing, I've been doing it in my work for so long
Yes.
that just like the editing, it just comes very naturally because I've been doing it organically for so long. So it's not forced at all.
Mhm.
Like I was doing script writing, we were just talking about, I do that all the time with content creation. I was doing editing for apps and websites. That's stuff that I do for fun. So it's just like stuff that I do for fun that I'm just doing in school and I'm like,
Mhm.
oh, okay.
That's really cool.
It's weird.
That is really cool. So somebody wants to pay for you to get your master's?
Well, so there is this, I don't know what you would call them. Basically a bunch of like older women that it's like a scholarship kind of thing, but
Okay.
it's like private, like a private investor scholarship where these what are they called when I cannot remember the word. It's they almost like they do like these meetings and I cannot
Like a
remember.
board?
Yeah, like a board. Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
yeah, so they're like a board specifically for like women that have like taken breaks in their education
Okay.
and then are wanting to continue their education. And it's actually one of me and Luke's mutual friends. Her mom is on this board, and she came. She usually like comes with her daughter to like birthday parties and stuff to help with her kids. And she's also her daughter's also getting her master's. So we were just at that time I was talking to her about how I had just started my bachelor's, like finishing my bachelor's at that time. And she was like, she gave me her card and she was like, oh yeah, well like I'm on this board and we invest in like students, usually female students for their masters. And I was like, okay. But then I talked about how I was nearing my completion date and she reached out to me again and she was like, let me know if you want to continue with your masters. Like
Hmm.
basically told me like I was a shoe-in for the scholarship to get my
Okay.
masters. So I was like, I mean, just the thought of like having, like knowing that my master's could be paid for, because like that is
Yeah.
like my big college role. Like it's taken me so long to finish college because I refuse to go into debt for college.
Yeah. So smart. So
Yeah,
smart though. So
I
smart.
won't pay for it at all. I think it's a scam.
It's
And
crippling
I
our
mean,
generation
it really
financially.
is. It really is. Like,
It is.
and I guess I've done what the fuck these fucking recruiters want when they're like, have 10 years of experience and 10 years of a college degree. Like, okay, I've done it. I'm 31 years old.
We did
I
it.
have 10 years of customer service experience and a fucking bachelor's degree, you assholes. Are you
I
happy now?
did it. No, no. Well, that's a very cool prospect.
Yeah,
Very cool
so we'll see.
prospect.
I need a break though. I need a break from school.
Oh,
I
oh
need a job. I need
yeah.
a paycheck. So but I mean, yeah, I know that the board is not going anywhere. They've like been doing this for a long time. They're very like
Mhm.
well-to-do ladies, so I will definitely be checking in maybe in the following year.
Yeah, yeah.
But
There's
yeah,
time. There is time. I mean, I didn't. I finished my master's degree when I was 32.
love that.
But from the age of I think 25 to 31,
Mhm.
I that was in between my bachelor's and my master's. So I took a break after my associates. I took time off, and then after my bachelor's, I took a long time off. And
Yeah,
then obviously now, I mean, and I don't know if I'll ever get a PhD. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. I don't know.
be
But
so sly.
um yeah, Dr. Hannah.
Dr. Hannah. That's what you already are in my phone. She's been since she's been in contact in my phone. She's Dr. Hannah. I'm
That's
manifesting it for you.
crazy. Calling me Dr. Hannah is crazy.
I tell everybody that you're a doctor. I don't need
Not,
to explain that you're a nurse practitioner.
yeah, I mean,
You're so smart and you probably like have done more like reading than some people have with their not everybody, but maybe some, you know. You're just so invested in like learning.
I am invested in learning and I'm invested about in learning about all things, all different types of treatments
Yeah, it's my
and
favorite thing about
all
Geminis.
and all of the options because we have options like that's one of my biggest takeaways. I've been talking to actually a lot of people about this week is that like you're not ever stuck, you know?
That
We're not stuck. I've been talking to at least three different people about that this week, like people who are just feeling like they're out of options, whether it's because somebody else is telling them they're out of options or just they're just feeling like they're out of options. And I'm like, we're not even close to being
no.
out of options. Like there's yeah, you're not ever like stuck in something. It can be there's varying levels of difficulty to getting out of a situation. Definitely.
Mhm.
Like some things are way easier to get out of or move out of than others for sure. But
Yeah.
there is a way. There
Yeah.
is always like something else to try. And in my field, mental health, like if you are feeling like stuck, there's never any shame or anything wrong at all with like if you feel like somebody has taken you as far as they can go, whether it's a therapist or a provider or a coach, whatever it is, you know, like there's no harm in having a consult with somebody else. You
Right. Well,
just
and if you feel stuck, like you're not ever gonna like think of it as like your physical body. If you feel stuck, you're not gonna be able to go forward. You just need to shift. You need to
yeah.
shift your
Yeah.
body.
That's
A-
so good.
And I something I heard from someone right actually before I started my bachelor's degree, which I really took seriously, it was you're only as successful as the five closest people to you.
Yeah.
And I really took that to heart and I really thought about the people that were closest to me.
Mhm.
And it's why I did like, it's a huge reason, like, why I got onto TikTok and like started taking it really seriously. And I met you and I met Shay and I met all of the other girls that I met on TikTok. And
Mhm.
it really did, it shifted a part of my life because I felt misaligned in my career path. Like I needed to be around people that were more forward thinking, that
Mhm.
were more like career driven. Like I
Mhm.
I felt this urge for myself and there is nothing wrong with the people that were around me. I just needed to center myself around people that were more career centered. If
Mhm.
you want to be centered in someone, you have to look around you at the people that you're
Yep.
around. And if they're not for you in that space, doesn't mean they have to exit your life
Not at
completely.
all.
It just means
Not
you
at
have to
all.
shift. You just
Yep.
shift and you go and you meet new people, you
Mhm.
know? Like, yeah. You're never stuck. Just shift.
Never, never stuck. There is always a way. I
Always.
firmly, truly, really believe that. Okay, what the heck is going on with Elf and Matt Rife?
Oh man. e.l.f. is like known for being such a female dominant queer space, like affordable
Is that a
makeup.
makeup?
Yeah, they're e.l.f.
Okay,
Cosmetics.
okay,
Yeah. And
okay,
they're known for being kind of like a NYX level where they're just very affordable.
okay.
They kind of popped off in like the 2016 of makeup because they are like one of the most affordable like drugstore makeups and like dupes of higher end. They have like good setting sprays, they have good like base for everything. And then they have, just like things that were very expensive on like a MAC level. There was like MAC for the girls that could afford MAC,
Okay,
and then there was e.l.f.
gotcha.
And so e.l.f. has just really kind of dominated the that space of being affordable and so like again, really like heavy in the queer space and heavy in the drag space because, people that do drag are wearing a lot of makeup and they need to wear a lot of makeup. So it's more, and especially if you are familiar with the drag world, they're doing their makeup so often, so it's a lot more affordable to buy tons of e.l.f. products versus like MAC or,
That makes
something like
sense.
that.
That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Yeah. So, and then they also have like a huge like queer space community. They have like huge like transgender community. Um, and they, for whatever reason, if you guys aren't familiar with Matt Rife, he's a comedian, but he kind of like last year he kind of like disowned women. He was like very all of a sudden anti-women and he was
Okay.
saying a lot of like negative things about women. He started talking about DV and how he was like for the boys. Like he was like this is not your space like and then people were like demanding that he stop being so misogynistic and he was
Mhm,
just saying like really offensive things that were getting caught like because on his like clips of him like his shows like
mhm.
on stage and stuff they went from like he used to be like a really
I think I've seen him before. Okay, this is what I know about Matt Rife. I've seen him before. I don't
mm-hmm.
know when's the last time I've seen him. He was really funny, and then
Yeah.
he was supposed to come to Nashville to the Ryman, and I had a friend who had tickets
Mm-hmm.
and super stoked, super pumped, and he canceled that show. And
Yeah,
everybody in Nashville was mad,
I'm
big
sure.
mad about that. And that's the last I've heard about him.
Yeah, he
So,
basically like popped off. I believe he like really took off in like 2018, 2019.
okay, okay.
His clip started going viral on Facebook, on Instagram, on TikTok. TikTok was later though. He was definitely someone that I remember like his clips going viral on Facebook, like specifically because there used to be like the shorts that they would, or I don't know what they're called on Facebook now. They might be called reels now, but they used to have these like scrollable videos that would be like long form content where you could almost watch someone's like whole stand up show or watch like they like little Facebook movies
Oh,
or things like that kind of thing. So he would have like his like long stand up shows that were like 5 minutes long and he just popped off. He took off and then he also kind of had a glow up. He was like went from kind of like to like hot all of a sudden and he obviously had plastic surgery but has always been like no it was like a sports injury one of those
mhm, mhm.
but yeah so he was very heavy in the female space because he would do a lot of like set work where he would like work with the audience
I've
and like
seen that. I've
yeah
seen that.
flirt with the girls and stuff and then as he got bigger and bigger he just started to become more offensive and more like misogynistic and more like making jokes about domestic violence and kind of like excusing away like violence against women
Hmm.
and it just became like more and more like I don't know if it was like what agenda he was going with but like the girls were not happy about it. And when they like requested an apology, he like I think he like made it a link to like some kind of like oh my gosh, it was so offensive. It was like a link to I want to say like special needs like helmets. Like he like it was like instead of being like, oh, like here's my apology, and it was like a link to
I'm
violence.
curious, just because, like, I mean,
To look up like
yeah,
what the link
just
was to.
curious if that was before or after he canceled his show.
Well, he did like he really upset his female audience, and all of his like ticket sales plummeted bad, like at a really low point, and he was like not able to like sell tickets, so I believe he like canceled his whole tour. Like
Okay.
I don't think he was
We're
like booking.
so upset when he canceled that Nashville show, and I'm just curious if all of this was before that or after that.
Yeah, and then he also dated Brooke Schofield
Oh, no
from
way.
yeah. And what was really interesting with Brooke is he was dating her, but then he was also dating all of these other girls.
Okay.
So when this is interesting, I'll actually have to send you like because Brooke and Tana did like a whole story time about this. But when like his career was going down, Brooke was like going on like her first leg of the canceled tour,
Okay.
and she got in touch with every single girl that Matt was talking with, I think in Baltimore, in Maryland, and brought them on stage. And it was like 16 girls that all had like the same story.
Oh, that's hilarious,
It
though.
was iconic. Oh my God, it was so iconic. Um, so yeah, so Matt's just like been very full circle. Matt's been very anti-women the past two years. It's been really the issue, I'd say probably like late 2023 to like now. And then all of a sudden e.l.f. decides that they want him to be a part of their makeup campaign
Why?
where he's a lawyer, and
Why?
he's like being flirty and cute and like girly pop and wearing
Why?
makeup,
No.
and
Why is
also his
no?
the person that he was like in the skit with was a drag queen. And it was just like anybody else. Like there are so many men that are into makeup. Like so many men that identify as male that wear makeup, that aren't predators. Manny MUA. Like there's like tons of men, Jeffree Star, like that do makeup.
Mm,
Why Matt? And a lot of, obviously a lot of women, like e.l.f.'s
right.
target audience was pissed.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm like, and I do not, I mean, obviously I know that there are men that wear makeup for I mean, for various reasons, for TV, for whatever. But I mean, like my best friend, Seth, he can do a full beat down. I mean,
Oh yeah, he's
like
gorge. I
there's
can tell.
men who wear makeup, okay, but makeup doesn't need to be centered around men. That does not need to be like one
No.
thing that is like taken away from women being in the spotlight.
Yeah. And it was just like he looks like an idiot. Also, Matt's one of those like men that like quick glance like looks like a masked lesbian. Like just like he doesn't have like
I
and
don't think he's hot. I don't think.
no, I don't think he's hot. I think he looks like a Muppet. I mean, I think masked lesbians are hot, but I
I mean,
think
I do think that, like, I don't
I
know,
thought
like I said, I don't know when's the last time that I saw any of his content, but I did think it was funny.
yeah, me too. I used to think he was really funny.
I
And
haven't
then
seen anything from him recently, but I do remember like 2020, 2021, 2022. I don't know. He was pretty popular. I wouldn't consider him popular anymore, would you? Really?
no, he really destroyed his career.
So is this like elf thing like a grasping at straws thing? But I don't think that he should be
They
the
have no reason
poster.
to.
No.
They have, and that's like why everybody is so confused. Is they're like, is he trying to do a rebrand? Because apparently he will be in a rom-com next year with
Ugh,
Emma Roberts. And I'm like, why?
I
Emma
don't.
Roberts from wait, Emma Roberts or Emma Roberts is the one from Scream Queens, or is she the one? It's Emma Roberts.
Yeah, if you want to have a man in a makeup commercial, I'm like, fine, whatever, but make it somebody like Seth, you know what I mean? Like somebody like get a
Yes.
man who like knows how to do their makeup.
Yeah, like there are a lot of men in
Of
the makeup space. Makeup by Mario. Like there's tons of celebrity makeup artists that
Yeah.
you see them all the time doing makeup for women.
Like
That would make
men
so much
who
sense.
know how to do makeup and enjoy makeup and are like truly into makeup and women, but
Yeah.
not like just dudes like Matt Rife do not need to be getting in the spotlight for makeup.
No.
He's a
And
dude.
like
He's a dude.
he's a dude. You know what also, the new Jake from State Farm, the new one?
No.
Oh, okay. Well,
Can
there's
I
like
Google
an
it?
yeah. You might recognize him. You just see him in ads. I found out he was best friends with Matt Rife, and that just gave me a bad taste in my mouth.
The new
Emma Roberts is the one from Scream Queens
Kevin
slash.
Niles.
Yeah, I think so.
Oh,
Do you recognize him?
I don't recognize him, but
I just found out he was best friends with Matt, and I'm like, that tracks. Jake from State Farm.
hmm.
Yeah. You know Emma Roberts, though, from like
Yeah.
Scream. Yeah, yeah. So she'll be in a movie next year with Matt Rife, a rom com. I'd rather do so many other things than watch Emma Roberts be intimate with Matt Rife. I'm
I
begging.
don't I
I'm
just
begging
don't like
Hollywood,
good looking.
please don't show me any trailers, anything. She's a mother. Like
I
I don't
guess
need to
I'm gonna
see.
have to check out his newer stuff or what I've missed since because I've missed
I'll send you this Reddit
that
link.
whatever he did that was
I
un
was I was right. He did his apology link was a link in his Instagram story that led to an online medical store for special need helmets. And he said, if you've ever been offended by a joke, I've told, here's a link to my official apology. Tap to solve your issues. And then it went to a special needs helmet. Like, you're such a fucking cunt, dude. That's someone that's never honestly, I'm so glad that he dated Brooke because I just know Brooke like ate him up. Like that's somebody that is so good at like destroying a man, and
Yeah.
I'm glad that they crossed paths.
Yeah, that's wild. The Baltimore story is wild. I've got to get in on that.
Yes, yes, yes. I will send you the link to that
Yeah, do.
too.
I want to see that.
I'm gonna send you this link too. Oh,
Yeah,
finally.
send
It's
it.
finally
To me.
freaking
I've got to get in on this.
it's finally Monday in China and all the sample people are emailing me back.
Yeesh.
Ugh.
Yeesh. Oh, what was that one's name that like I don't know. There were so many of them that used to like not leave me alone.
Oh, the Apple CarPlay.
Yeah, they were on
Yeah, they
some
were the
shit.
worst. Oh my gosh. Well, I think that's all that we have
That's
for you
it.
guys tonight.
That's that's it. Just 2.5 hours.
That's it. That's all we got for you. Hope you're fed. Hope you're satisfied. Smash that like button and subscribe.
Yeah, can we let's make a subscriber goal for the week. I think we can get to 13.
Yeah, I was gonna say like 15.
Okay.
Because
That
if I ask, like if I send the link to people, like I know, but I don't want to. Like I want it to be like,
Oh yeah, don't ask.
and, but good
Don't
if
ask.
we
No,
get
no, no, don't
desperate.
ask. I think it's just gonna happen. I think we're gonna get to 13. I think the next time that we sign on, we're gonna be saying hello to our 13 subscribers.
Yeah, I think it's gonna happen too.
Yeah,
And
don't ask anybody.
I'm feeling really good about our clips. Like
Oh,
that's something I do notice that helps people.
where are our clips? I went to your profile today and I didn't see them. Where are they?
They're on YouTube.
Oh,
They're
okay.
like,
Okay.
yeah, hmm.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
Clip
Yeah, they're on our channel.
clip away.
Yeah, I need to get there's like things I need to go back and clip too that like were just good moments, but just like the mental capacity to do that is a lot
For
because
sure.
I have to listen to us talk. But then sometimes I get so into it. Like I either get like an aversion to it or like I just love like listening. Like the one that I clipped yesterday, I probably watched it like 30 times
What was
because
it?
The one that I posted of us talking about Miss Girl.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta see. I gotta because I was looking in the wrong place for them. I was looking on your TT page.
On the Don't Ruin My Mood.
Oh, I okay. You have so many pages. I was
Fuck.
just looking on the wrong page.
I really do. I'm like, anybody want to pay me any of these
Ooh. Yeah, at
platforms?
least you don't have to have a page for this one though.
Yeah. I
Happy
mean,
feet, so
we
happy
do have
feet.
a page for this one, but oh,
But
you mean
not
like,
a yeah.
yeah. Well, now with the shorts, it kind of feels like it, but it's good. Like it needs to happen because it helps. It really does help us.
Yeah.
And honestly, I mean, if we get to a point where like I need to clip us, then I'll probably make us a TikTok if we get to that point. But
It's weird. Yeah.
we'll
It's
get there when we get there.
whatever. We'll see. We're just having fun.
We're just, yeah, we really are. And honestly, that's what I notice is like the best thing for consistency is just like we look forward to this and we
Yeah.
have
Oh,
fun doing
so
it.
much.
Yeah.
It's just our fun time to talk about
Our little
fun
show. That's what
stuff.
your husband called it. Your
What?
little show.
Yeah, your little show. He doesn't listen to it at all. So every time it's so
Neither does
funny.
mine. I always tell him like you should listen. We actually have some really insightful stuff over there.
Every time that I say I'm going to record, he's like, "What are you guys going to talk about?" And I'll be like, "Your dick."
Like, why don't you like and subscribe and watch?
He's always like, "Well, what are you going to talk about?" And I'm like, "Exactly. Maybe you should listen."
Like, my second husband.
And he has absolutely no issue listening to Denver Broncos podcast for 20 hours a day. So,
Crazy. No, the things that Luke will like be like, oh, like you should like he'll like try to show me like a man clip, and I'm like, is this how you feel when I try to show you like women content? Because I'm so like
seriously,
I'm like having an aversion, a physical reaction to
like,
it.
you'll be like watching it for like 20 seconds and it feels like 20 years.
No, literally. And I'm
Like,
like, and he does the same
I'm,
thing. He's like, is it almost over? But like I
yeah.
feel the same. I'm
Is it
like,
over now? Are we out of the
how come?
woods?
You're like, wow, it's only been 90 seconds. I have to I hear the baby. The baby needs me.
Like, I have to poop. I don't know. I have to go.
Whoa.
Hilarious.
There's so much slander to Matt Rife on from Tana and Brooke. So you
Oh,
gotta
okay. I trust them. I trust them. So,
same, literally. They're
all right.
trustworthy sources.
Goodbye and good night to our
Goodbye and good night.
subscribers. Share with your friends if you want to.
You should.
Bye.
Love you.